for my personal balance, I have to think of my dad as the perfect balance between conservative and liberal concepts. He never bought anything unless he had the full price. He did not believe in credit. He thought credit was liberal. And it was my mother's parents who talked him into buying a house for the first time by contributing to the payments, to the mortgage. And so when they told him about investing in the stock market, he also had conservative reservations for the liberal use of money to earn money. And so he also recognized that defense should never leave its borders. That's the conservative defense, and why George Washington warned against developing a standing army of any kind. The Second Amendment was supposed to provide the public defense the same way they were trying to develop a public government, a republic. And so I found that what liberal thoughts my father had were considered very courageous. And so I have noticed lately that those who would villainize, demonize the word liberal have compromised their virtues, because liberality is the third virtue of courage, that you cannot muster courage beyond what has been before without having a liberal understanding. And also, since humor is a new point of view, is something that the mind has just synthesized for the first time in order to produce a laugh, that makes humor liberal as well. And so we have to be very careful about those who would criticize anything. It seems to point to a lack of natural virtue, of the values that criticize have become demons to those that would appreciate and be caregivers. And so you see so many institutions like education and other protective services become demonized when they are actually what it takes to be a republic, to be a unified culture. And so we have to understand and re-educate the reflexes to be more responsible for the group rather than critical of anything that we individually would take for ourselves. We have been conditioned in a consumer society to be caretakers, charging people for our properties, rather than giving our ideas and concepts for the greater good of all. So let's be liberal as the courage to be inclusive and be caregivers. Thank you for your considerations.